Did you know that California has over 15 potentially active volcanoes? Some of them, like Mount St. Helens, have erupted in the past, making the state a real hotspot for volcanic activity. California's geological landscape is shaped by its rich volcanic history, with volcanic rocks and ash deposits covering a significant portion of the state. In fact, the San Andreas Fault, which runs for over 800 miles, is not the only significant geological feature in California. The state is also home to numerous volcanoes, many of which have been active in the past, and some of which could erupt again in the future. Dr. Emily Montgomery Brown, USGS research geophysicist, says,
California's volcanoes pose significant hazards due to their potential for both explosive and effusive eruptions. The state's proximity to the Pacific Ring of Fire, a major area of seismic activity, increases the risk of volcanic events. The Ring of Fire is characterized by tectonic plate interactions that can trigger volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. California's volcanoes, such as Mount Shasta and the Long Valley Caldera, are part of this volatile region and require continuous monitoring to mitigate potential threats. Additionally, the geothermal activity and magma movement beneath these volcanoes can lead to ground deformation and seismic events, further emphasizing the need for advanced monitoring and preparedness measures.
One of the most notable volcanic events in California's history is the Long Valley Caldera, which is believed to have erupted around 760,000 years ago. This massive eruption was so powerful that it deposited ash across the entire western United States, and it's considered one of the most significant volcanic events in North American history. Dr. Jong-Wen Jun, professor of geophysics at California Institute of Technology, Caltech, discusses the caldera.
The history of the Long Valley Caldera is crucial for understanding the potential volcanic and seismic hazards in California today. The caldera's past eruptions and ongoing geologic activity, including earthquake swarms and ground deformation, highlight the need for continuous monitoring and preparedness. By studying the caldera's history, we can better predict future activity and mitigate risks to the surrounding communities. The Long Valley Caldera, formed by a massive eruption 760,000 years ago, continues to be a focus of research due to its significant seismic activity and potential for future eruptions. Advanced imaging techniques have revealed that the magma chamber beneath the caldera is cooling, but this process can still release enough gas and liquid to cause earthquakes and small eruptions. Understanding these processes is essential for developing effective hazard mitigation strategies and ensuring the safety of residents in the region. Although California's volcanic past is well documented, many people are unaware of the risks involved.
With so many active volcanoes in the state, the potential for future eruptions is very real. Mount St. Helens is one of the most well-known volcanoes in the United States, and for good reason. It's one of the most active volcanoes in the country. In 1980, it famously erupted, killing 57 people and causing widespread destruction. Although it's not located in California, it's close enough to pose a threat to the state. In fact, ash from the eruption was detected as far away as California, highlighting just how far-reaching the effects of a volcanic eruption can be. In California, there are several volcanoes that are considered active, including the Long Valley Caldera, the Mammoth Lakes region, and the Eastern California Volcanic Belt. These volcanoes are all capable of producing significant eruptions, and scientists are working hard to monitor their activity. Stuart Wilkinson, scientist in charge at the California Volcano Observatory, talks about volcano monitoring.
Scientists and volcanologists at the California Volcano Observatory, or CALVO, are employing a range of advanced technologies to monitor volcanic activity in California. These include GPS sensors, tilt meters, strain meters, and satellite imagery. By continuously measuring seismicity, ground deformation, and volcanic gas emissions, we can detect early signs of volcanic unrest. This data helps us understand what is normal activity for a volcano and identify any deviations that may indicate an impending eruption. In addition to these tools, we utilize seismic networks to record and analyze earthquake activity in real time. These networks provide invaluable data on the movement of magma beneath the Earth's surface. By combining these various data streams, we create a comprehensive picture of each volcano's behavior. Furthermore, we collaborate with other research institutions and agencies to improve our monitoring capabilities and share findings. Public outreach and education are also critical components of our efforts. By informing communities about volcanic hazards and preparedness measures, we aim to minimize risks and enhance public safety. Our ultimate goal is to provide timely and accurate information that can guide emergency response efforts and protect lives and property.
One of the most concerning volcanoes in California is the Long Valley Caldera, which is located in the eastern Sierra region of the state. This volcano is considered active because of the significant earthquakes and ground deformation that have occurred in the area. In fact, in 1980, a series of earthquakes struck the region, causing widespread panic and concern among scientists. Scientists believe that the Long Valley Caldera is capable of producing a supervolcano eruption, which would be catastrophic for the entire western United States. A supervolcano eruption would release enormous amounts of ash and gas into the atmosphere, causing widespread destruction and potentially even affecting global climate patterns. Dr. Margaret Mangan, scientist in charge at the California Volcano Observatory, discusses the outcome of a supervolcano.
If the Long Valley Caldera were to explode as a supervolcano, the immediate effects on California and the western states would be catastrophic. The eruption would likely eject massive amounts of volcanic ash and gas into the atmosphere, leading to widespread ashfall that could disrupt air travel, contaminate water supplies, and cause respiratory issues for people and animals. The release of volcanic gases, including sulfur dioxide, could lead to acid rain and further environmental damage. In addition to the ashfall and gas emissions, the initial blast could cause significant destruction to infrastructure, including buildings, roads, and power lines within a wide radius. The intense heat and force of the eruption could ignite wildfires and lead to massive landslides, further exacerbating the devastation. The pyroclastic flows, fast-moving currents of hot gas and volcanic matter, could devastate large areas, causing loss of life and property. The ash and gas released into the atmosphere could have far-reaching climatic effects, potentially leading to a temporary cooling of the Earth's surface. This phenomenon, known as a volcanic winter, could disrupt weather patterns, agriculture, and food supplies on a global scale. The economic impact would be immense, with damage to infrastructure, healthcare costs, and disruptions to commerce and travel.
Another concerning volcano in California is the Coso volcanic field, which is located in the eastern Sierra region. This volcano is considered active because of the significant earthquakes and ground deformation that have occurred in the area. In fact, in 2019, a series of earthquakes struck the region, causing concern among scientists. Mount Shasta, a popular hiking destination in Northern California, is also considered an active volcano. Although it hasn't erupted in recent history, scientists believe that it's capable of producing a significant eruption in the future. The importance of monitoring California's volcanoes cannot be overstated. With so many active volcanoes in the state, the potential for a significant eruption is very real. In fact, scientists believe that there's a 2 in 3 chance of a major volcanic eruption occurring in California within the next 30 years. Recent studies have highlighted the alarming potential of California's volcanoes. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Volcanology and Geothermal Research found that the Long Valley Caldera is capable of producing a massive eruption, with potentially catastrophic consequences for the western United States. So, what are officials and scientists doing to prepare for a potential volcanic eruption in California? The California Volcano Observatory, which is part of the US Geological Survey, is responsible for monitoring the state's volcanoes. They use a range of techniques, including seismic monitoring and gas sampling, to track volcanic activity. The observatory also works closely with local emergency responders to develop evacuation plans and emergency response strategies. In fact, the observatory has developed a range of warning systems and alert levels to help residents prepare for a potential eruption. In addition to the California Volcano Observatory, There are also several local and state agencies working to prepare for a potential volcanic eruption. For example, the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services is responsible for coordinating the state's response to a volcanic eruption. In conclusion, California's volcanic landscape is a significant threat to the state and its residents. With so many active volcanoes, the potential for a significant eruption is very real. It's essential that scientists continue to monitor California's volcanoes, and that residents are prepared for the worst. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts on volcanic risks in the comments below. If you want to learn more about natural disasters, check out our video on the most devastating earthquakes in history.